So when you're a kid at some point, well, for most of us, we think about becoming famous for something that we do. Whether if it is becoming an esteemed actor like Denzel and make some iconic movies, or be like Drake and make some of the most popular records of the decade, or be like Kim Kardashian and, well, we don't have to talk about why she's famous, okay?
I was just looking for the sports channel.
Regardless, being famous is something that seems appealing. It seems tempting. But what if I told you that could potentially be the worst mistake of your life? But before we get into this video, I want to say I appreciate all of you that watch these videos. You all give me the motivation to keep uploading, and for that, I thank you. Like the video and subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. Fame is a drug, bottom line. Not necessarily one you can get being sold on the streets of any inner city, but nonetheless, still is potent. Fame can make people do and say crazy things. I just feel like when people say things like, oh my gosh, I would love to become famous, they don't really think about the true obligations that seriously go along with that and what that life can turn you into. Because for some people, it changes them into an entirely different person. For example, famous people can't go to the grocery store and pick up new soap or garbage bags, at least by yourself, without security. Look at XXXTentacion, a guy I talk a lot about on this channel. He was trying to do normal stuff humans do every day. He was trying to purchase a motorcycle, something that he was able to do, but the price was his life. X walked out the motorcycle shop and was approached by guys who followed him there and even shared a gaze with the late rapper inside the motorcycle shop before killing him in broad daylight in 2018. A moment that will stick with people forever. But hey, maybe you're different. Maybe you're fine with giving away that aspect of your regular life. To heck with daily mundane tasks, you still want to become famous. Well, okay. People rarely discuss the way fame can mentally hurt you. Orlando Brown, the childhood actor who's best known for playing on That's So Raven as Eddie. However, after all that ended, things got a little weird. In 2016, he randomly got Raven-Symoné tatted on his neck. Not even like her name though. That would be super weird as well, but this guy got Raven-Symoné's face, and he still does, tattooed on his neck. And to be honest, it looked like it was done by a 4-year-old with a not so promising art career in her sight. He was then arrested several times, domestic battery and intent to sell, and possession of contraband in jail being the highlight of these charges. He even broke into a restaurant. Like, how desperate does one have to be to break into a restaurant? Some people thought he was going back on the straight and narrow in around 2020 after he claimed he found God and was in fact saved. But now this year, he's claiming to have slept with Bow Wow. For some odd reason, people still wonder what exactly went wrong with Orlando Brown. People say of various things, like after allegedly sleeping with Raven-Symoné or the drugs got him to this place he's in currently. But I would say fame is the real reason things went down the way they did with Orlando Brown. It's a theory, but I feel like after That's So Raven ended, he felt lost. He felt the need to act out. That's the way he coped with his feelings of being invisible. But that's what fame gets you. You still interested? Yeah? Okay. Look at IShowSpeed, or let's just go with Speed. He's a very popular Twitch and YouTube live streamer with millions of followers and subscribers who does crazy things that get the attention of the entire internet, like lighting fireworks in his own house. I want to start off by saying I like Speed and personally enjoy his streams, but with me even saying that, I have to acknowledge that his fame and attention he receives on the internet might be too much for a kid his age. Couldn't imagine being so young with so much influence. I just hope his fame doesn't drive him to keep upping the ante, if you know what I mean. One day it's fireworks lighting up in his entire house, and then it's a bomb, or something. I just don't want him to get that far with Speed. I just hope maybe with time he can become a tad bit more mellow, maybe. Not, light his house on fire. If we could start there, we just asking for little things on the channel. Maybe he'll end up like KSI, who also was a very famous YouTuber who has a strong following on YouTube ever since he was pretty young as well. However, now years removed from that, he seems to be more chill while still making pretty good content. So with all that being said, I just have one question. Are you ready for it? Because I need you to answer it. Seriously. Do you still want to become famous? Of course you still do. If you got this far into the video, I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.
This is my real honest feelings. I do not think that fame is, I don't think that people should aspire to it. I think it should be something that happens if people like your work, and then it's cool, it's fine. But I think there's way too much emphasis put on just trying to get attention. And it's being rewarded and supported in this weird way. There's nothing wrong with getting attention, but it should make sense. It should make sense. There should be some reason. And if it's out of balance, you should probably look at like why is it out of balance? Like,
yeah. And lots of things that attract attention are not things that we want more of, like conflict.
Yes, conflict. That's a big one. But it's also just fame itself. One of the weirdest parts about it is that you have to constantly be checking yourself. Like, all these people are nice to you. All these people are saying nice things to you or being mean to you. One of the all people that you don't even know. So you can't rely on them for your self-esteem, and you certainly can't rely on them for criticism. You can't rely on them, people you don't even know that don't care about you. So you're in this weird position. You have to be very careful with who you communicate with, because one of the weirdest things you'll see from famous people is all of a sudden they get this very strange thing where they feel like people are supposed to do things for them, and they're not supposed to pay for things, and everything's supposed to be easy, and they're supposed to get that. That's a weird one. Like, they don't respond to criticism well. They don't understand that they're still a human being in the middle of growth.